welcome to Only Stupid Answers. My name is Sam Basher.
And I'm DJ Wildred.
Today we're talking about Titans Season 2, Episode 8, Jericho. Another flashback, gang. Dick finally reveals himself. No, Dick finally reveals the truth to the team, and in flashback, we learn the secret behind Deathstroke's vendetta against the Titans. After the murder of Garth / Aqualad, Dick, Donna, Don, and Don, and Hank befriend Jericho Wilson, Deathstroke's son. Realizing that Slade's devotion to his son might be Deathstroke's only weakness, Dick is eager to use the information against his nemesis. But as the Titans' friendship with Jericho grows and he's taken into the fold, Dick is forced to make a choice between loyalty and revenge. It's really hard not to just so much penis imagery.
I know, and also it's tough with the comic book names. It's like when a character is created in the 70s to be a specific thing, and then you try to make a version of that character that's just supposed to exist in the real world, like be a real person. So everybody's like, "Hey, Jericho." No, when have you ever met somebody with that name?
It's a fun name.
It is a fun
name. There's more
like,
Arias now than there were in the 70s.
That's true. No Jerry? No JR? Nothing?
Remember, they were scared about Bruce Banner, so they tried...
David Banner. Yeah.
Cowards. Now you're all confused.
It's all messed up. But for me, I like this episode a lot. I think the actor's name is CHELLA MAN, who plays Jericho. Tremendous job. Just very engaging. Does a great job of fully realizing Jericho as a character, and as the team of characters grow attached to him, you as an audience member also grow attached to him and want nothing bad to happen to him, even though it's already happened.
Yeah, we're getting a flashback within a flashback here of how Jericho ended up using sign language as his main form of communication. And,
yes.
It is as bad as it is in the comic, because that's a rough one.
Yeah.
He comes home, assassins are threatening his family, and Jericho, he decides to be the kick-ass assassin that he is, but his son gets brutally maimed.
Yeah.
And it's his fault. And then he decides, you know what, I should just run away from this.
Yeah.
Dick, does that sound familiar? He kept doing that last season.
Dick, did you have something in common with Deathstroke?
Of course. We're the same, you and me. Classic superhero BS. But overall, I really like this episode as well.
Agreed.
Jericho's powers look really cool. Overall, when it comes to powers on the show, it can be a little Raven Starfire. We're a little iffy.
Yeah.
His ghost self that flies out of his face, really cool.
Really cool. Also, really funny having Hank be of course, it's Hank is the one he possesses, and having him show off his dance skills.
It was cute, and it's a cool power to have. In the comics, they have him speak because he has this tech thing in his head that translates his thoughts to whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm okay with him using sign language on the show.
I also love that he uses, because it's great, especially with the old Titans, because the old Titans are a very specific type of group of people. You know what I mean? And so having Jericho there really diversifies that and really adds an interesting texture to the show. And also having Dawn be the one that understands the sign language, Dawn, you're the best. Mm-hmm. It's just every time it's Dawn's the best.
Also, Dawn's the most complicated so far compared to Hank. Hank's got a trouble past, but he gets pretty cut and dry once he gets older.
Yeah.
But Dawn was she was the one who got Hank to go and get his revenge.
Yeah.
And when we see in the beginning of the season, she's the one violently acting out, and Hank's not. He's trying to live a normal life. So she's just very layered, very interesting. Bounce between those two bird boys. Hey, you know what? No judgment there. Just saying, she's just got
Doving the bird boys.
She's more dynamic than she gets credit for in the comics.
Yeah, very much.
She's very sidelined in the comics.
Yeah, I mean, the only Justice League Unlimited episode I do not like is the Hawkeye. I mean, it's not her; it's the
guy
Dawn. But that is the only episode of Justice League Unlimited that I don't ever need to watch again.
Agreed. I'm not a big fan of it, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But overall, this episode was super cool. Jericho's performance was amazing. And also, S.I. Morales, who plays Deathstroke. Apologies. I looked up everybody else's name. But he does an amazing performance as both a young and a younger and a less... and a more current day version of Deathstroke. I like his performance.
Yeah, I'm really captivated by his version of Deathstroke. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
And his costume really helps him out. Before we recorded, you're like, it is clunky.
In the fights, it's a little bulky.
Yeah.
It looks 1,000% like the comics. It's just it's harder to move in, you know?
Yeah, and in the comics, everyone moves like they're dancers. Yep. So it's not quite fair.
Yeah.
But overall, I did enjoy his performance. And I also, when it came to Jericho's death, you're like, it's nice and ambiguous. And also, just with them being truthful, I like that they're kind of circumventing the CW stuff where it's do we have a secret? Yep. We tell anybody?
No. No, yeah, because it grows throughout the episode. Dawn tells Dick, we need to do this. And to his credit, they do. They just do.
They
You know what I mean?
fully say it.
Yeah.
They tell every secret they
Yeah.
have. And Batman's name is Bruce Wayne. And let's
and
keep
this is-
going.
yeah.
Yeah. Superman's Clark Kent. And we're lying to you.
Yeah.
And with Jericho going to talk to his dad and him being upset with Dick, like I dug it. And also Dick following him. And like they at least have enough seeds there where it's like, oh, but he has to end up being an asshole at some point. So we have to have Dick being a dick.
Yeah.
So here we'll have a little bit of that. And I dug it because it lined up with what we assume Batman was like. You've yet to see it.
Yeah. Because the Batman we've met, it's kind of chill.
Yeah, he's rude.
Sure.
And he expects something of you, but like
Yeah.
the overall he's you had kid goggles on when you're evaluating how bad of a father figure he was. But yeah, no, when it came to the fight between Robin and Deathstroke, it was super cool. And you really do fall in love with Jericho throughout this whole thing.
Very much.
And I liked
And the mom,
Wintergreen too. Oh, the mom.
Yeah. The mom does a good job. But yeah, Wintergreen, again, the way they fleshed out Deathstroke's portion of the world, I like it because we don't spend a lot of time with Wintergreen. Like we don't know what his past demons are or any of that stuff. But I like the actor and I like the performance and I like his relationship with Deathstroke.
I overall really enjoy the show, and I do want to mention just a side tangent here.
Yeah.
You saw in the news that about Stargirl possibly moving to a different platform for its premiere.
Yeah, I've been hearing rumors for CW. Then I saw something, but this wasn't. Those are like articles like, "Hey, we're hearing these things." CW. Then I saw just like a post somewhere like HBO Max, but it might be HBO Max for its international release, which makes it because the other shows have been Netflix for their international release. It makes sense. And then meanwhile, Doom Patrol is getting a simultaneous release on DC Universe and HBO Max. So it looks like those. I mean, by the way, if you end up getting HBO Max, watch Doom Patrol on it because if DC Universe goes away, I don't want Doom Patrol to go away, and I don't actually want Titans to go away now. Like
No,
it's actually
it's
like
cool.
working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like the Trigon stuff, I think they'll figure it out as
Yeah.
they go along because the first season they kind of just, I'd say, botched it. Kind of
Yeah.
like it didn't have the weight that it should have.
Well,
It's
it
the
feels
literal
like-
devil coming onto Earth.
In hindsight, looking at that last season, it's like, what if we did the show edgy, but also with no money? And you know what I mean? And now it's like, okay, so we actually need to treat these shows like shows.
And I can't wait to get more Connor Kent in this show
Yes.
and Starfire. And like there's so many characters right now, but I like the way that they're being balanced with the older generation and the younger generation. They're doing a good job with that. And Jason Todd's getting a lot to work with right now. And there's no way Jericho's not a ghost in that apartment.
So I wanted to ask you I was also assuming a ghost, but then I'm also would be really disappointed if we lose CHELLA MAN because his performance is so great.
And also, it was like a big deal that he got cast in this. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I felt like at least to the end of the season.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, and then I was thinking about it. So we see him get stabbed. We fully see him get stabbed. But then, like, Dick blacks out, and then we immediately cut to everybody's leaving Titan's Tower. So the actual, do you think maybe Jericho's not really dead? Not just his ghost is around and he's possessing people. Do you think maybe he's not actually dead?
Maybe he's in Deathstroke.
Which we saw in Titans Earth 1, a version of that.
I like that Deathstroke a lot.
Do you think, but I think the Deathstroke we've been seeing is Deathstroke. So maybe he's just hitching a ride inside, like he's in the back of the mind.
Maybe because it's like they could say like, oh, our powers are rooted in the same gobbledygook, whatever.
Yeah.
And there could be something there.
Yeah, I'm glad they did just like, oh yeah, I just randomly have a kid that has this superpower. You know what I mean?
It's why in the comics they have
Yeah.
powers too, and they're not connected whatsoever.
they are gonna have to do a little bit of explaining on where Rose came from because it's got to be a different mom because Jericho's mom is way not on board with Deathstroke.
Maybe a clone, maybe something like that.
Maybe. I mean, we've introduced cloning in the show.
Yeah, maybe with Cadmus. Also, she thinks Jericho's dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know where she learned that from, but maybe Deathstroke took his body and like is like trying to heal it or trying to fix it or something,
Yeah.
or he's on stasis. Classic comic book stuff, but maybe at the last
Or
second.
maybe they can get his body cloned with the Cadmus stuff. I just like the actor a lot, and I'd like to see him come back.
But like maybe I wonder who Jericho like last made eye contact with before he went.
It would be weird if it was Dick because we've spent 2 seasons with Dick. Mm-hmm. Maybe Wintergreen rushed in last minute, and
Maybe
it's like, oh, this guy.
when Dick goes to sleep, Jericho
Oh,
could take over.
snap.
That's cool. That would be kind of fun. And it's like that's who's physically moving stuff around in the apartment. Like, yeah, Deathstroke has plans, but he's not doing this like tiny little manipulative stuff.
Yeah.
It's Jericho paying attention. Could still be Deathstroke, but it could be a fun twist on having two threats, kind of.
Yeah.
Jericho you reconcile with. He does some ghost stuff, throws Deathstroke off a cliff, and then boom, boom, boom. You got it.
And I also think it'd be interesting with as lovable and endearing as Jericho is, the idea of having him turn and be more of an antagonistic figure, I think would be really dramatically compelling and also a bummer because he's such a cool kid.
Yeah, and it's also like, hey, keep an eye on Raven, the literal daughter of the devil. And this was just a regular kid.
Yeah.
That, to be fair, who is the son of an assassin, but like Raven, stakes are way higher.
Yeah.
You really need to keep your peepers on like her and her development and like making sure she doesn't turn into the devil.
Yeah.
And also, like, I kind of want just some asks for the rest of the season because we are past the halfway point now, roughly.
Yeah.
Unless we get like a longer season order, like Doom Patrol kind of did.
Yeah.
I want to get more Beast Boy. Like, I don't really want more transformations. I literally just want him to do more on the show.
Be around.
Like, Raven's doing a good amount.
Yep.
So with Starfire, I want to know more about what his deal is because he's been kind of sidelined, and I want more. Jason Todd got a lot. If he wants to go like, hey man, I'm going to do a retreat, deuces for a second, and I'll come back by the end of the season to help out again, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Because he's been through it. But overall, super enjoyed this episode. I think the peaks and valleys of this season are fine. Like, I think it's nothing as bad or as boring as the first season for me.
Yeah, it's definitely not as drastic, the peaks and valleys.
Yeah, it's very consistent with its quality, and I love all the new additions. The cast is getting bulky.
Yes, that is true. But I also think, honestly, in a way, I think it helps with, some of the, like, some of the wonkier characters, because we're never with a character long enough that it's like, oh, we don't know what to do with them. It's like, well, then now here's Superboy. You know what I mean? Like, we get to just keep trucking through.
Deathstroke brought 5 characters with him. You have Deathstroke, the wife, Jericho, Rose, and Wintergreen.
Yep.
Connor brought 3 characters plus a whole other secret organization. So he's got the Doctor, Crypto, and himself, and then all that
Cadmus
stuff.
And Mercy, technically.
And Batman's in this season.
Yeah.
Jason, everybody, Hawk Dove, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like,
Garth.
I mentioned it last week. We might maybe we should just ship Beast Boy back over to Doom Patrol.
Be really cool.
Yeah.
I think you do a good job. But what would you rate this episode?
I would rate this episode an 8.5. I really liked it. I think this show's hitting its stride, and I definitely like as the season goes on. I actually think it's like clicking more and more, and I'm very excited to see where things go.
There you go. I'd give it like I actually really enjoyed it. I give it like a 9 out of 10. I think I enjoyed it like the most. There's been some really solid episodes this season. I think Connor is my favorite so far, but like 9 out of 10. I really dug it. I want to know from you guys what you think, and let us know what you expect for the finale. Do you want more characters? Because they got more. There's so many Titans, you wouldn't even be able to count them. There's too many of them.
Maybe we'll get Narc.
We could.
Yeah.
He
was in the Teen Titans cartoon.
He was.
Yeah.
And that girl who turns into crystals?
Yes.
I totally forgot who that is. But hey, gang, let us know who you'd want to see on the show. And if we might get a season 3, who knows? We'll speculate, but also check out our podcast and don't miss out on Super TV Showdown every Thursday, 3 p.m. PST at patreon.com/onlystupidanswers. We're talking all the CW shows. We're talking Watchmen and the other super shows out there. The herd's getting pretty thin. Cloak and Dagger got canceled. No Gotham, no iZombie, no... I mean, Lucifer, I guess, is still making it.
No, one more season. So
all the Netflix shows gone. No way Runaways is getting a 4th season. No way. I don't see it.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with all the shakeups behind the scenes.
No way.
We should do an episode. We should do a podcast episode on that.
We should.
All the what's happening with the TV stuff.
Tune in on that where you can get your podcast. But until then, we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.